Okay, so for today's video, we're going to do one of the Atomic Puppet episodes, which is called The Big Shift. Now, 1 year ago, I have done the Big Shift video, and eventually I just made a video on why Atomic Puppet was cancelled. That was actually 1 year ago. Now, for today's video, we're going to do a discussion on this episode, The Big Shift. Okay, so The Big Shift is actually the 52nd episode, and it's the season finale. Before it got cancelled, this was actually abbreviated as The Big Shift Part 1 and Part 2. But although in the Wikipedia it doesn't say the plot including Part 1 and Part 2, it only says the Symphonious. So Pauline actually appeared in Part 1 of The Big Shift as well, if you don't know what I mean. So this is actually the second double-length episode, first being Warm Boy. It marks the season finale before its cancellation because it ended in a cliffhanger, and we don't really know if Professor Tight Grip and Mookie will team up in the next episode. No one will know, Okay, this is when Joey had mentioned that the number of views that's said to be half of Mega City population, which is approximately 6,000 in total. The clips were taken from previous episodes from 2016 and 2017. There was a selected TV guide which has the cable and satellite TV. It was entitled Final A and B Accidentally. For this episode, I'll just say that Mookie had finally admitted to everyone. He's responsible for turning Captain Atomic into a puppet. In this episode, Mookie had become dark. He had a darker personality. In the end of the episode, he got sent to jail along with the villains. It same goes to Professor Tight Grip, but although he's actually the second antagonist, this is the first time Mookie was jailed. But in the flashback, it was only an AP's dream in Hero's Holiday. Phil is actually the third person to recognize Joey and AP's secret identity. The first being Pauline Bell, and second being Warren. This was the third episode where Phil actually said something negative, although the previous two were profound, and this one had. This is also the second time AP felt offended because of what Phil said. Okay, so let's get started from the beginning. So it all started when AP, Joey, and Pauline watched a video of Atomic Puppet getting lots of views, but when Phil calls them for pancakes, things started to go horribly wrong. So eventually, Phil did say these kinds of things to offend AP. And because of that, AP got really angry. So Joey and AP wanted to talk about how did Mookie change AP into a puppet. So during the conference for AP and Joey, which is also known as Atomic Puppet, the both of them decided to transform themselves into a hero. But somehow, Mookie decides to get revenge on Joey and AP by tying them up into a statue and blasting them into the sun. Now you may be wondering about this, okay? So basically in some episodes, AP and Joey had tossed villains into the sun. But why did Mookie wanted to do this? Well, Mookie wanted to do this kind of thing is because one, he and AP didn't get along as previously in Heroes Hall of Fame. But somehow, Mookie was apparently arrested as Joey and AP saved the city. So, what really happened? For then on, Mookie apparently got himself arrested, and the day was saved thanks to AP and Joey. So this is actually the first part of the episode, The Big Shift. Now, this episode is not featured in Disney XD Asia, along with Snowmaniac, Hero's Holiday, and Worm Boy. We don't know why this hasn't been shown in Disney XD Asia, but time will know, Okay. This episode is also available online, but they only have the English version as well. They don't have the Malay or Chinese version. They don't really have it, so yeah. So eventually in the first part, Mookie actually did get arrested because of his crimes, and this reveals that Mookie and AP had a hatred. So that's why Mookie decided to change AP into a puppet. So this is the first part of the episode. For the next video, we're going on to the second part on what really happened, you know. Okay, so eventually, that's actually all for the second part right here. If you like this video, just don't forget to give a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, this is me signing off.